I'm wearing a different robe today because mine's in the wash. My boyfriend and I have matching robes, just in different colors. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if it paused me there for a sec. I don't know who's here, but we'll start modeling. It might be interesting. My boyfriend and I were just talking to do drapery studies. It's kind of a joke, but I'll for sure do it if that's what people are interested in.
I'll go get it and throw it down to you.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna run into it right away. Gregory also wants to come in towards the end, so if you were here the other day, it was a really fun time when he joined in. So anyway, I'll start posing. I don't know who's here. Happy Wednesday. Okay, this is the first pose. Sorry my hands, the palms of my hands are completely in shadow. I only have one of the lights on right now. I skipped class today, so I've just had a day at home, which was really nice and needed. Both my boyfriend and I stayed home today. I have a friend coming to visit for a week in a couple days, so we just needed to prepare. It's kind of our first person who's visited us since we got to Barcelona. My boyfriend's family came, but they didn't necessarily stay with us, so it doesn't count quite the same as when someone's in your home. Oh, no one's in here right now. That's strange. Oh, someone.
Wait, how do you know?
It said there were 0 people in it, but now it says there's 1. But I'm not gonna model if no one's here. So maybe someone was just. Oh. Okay, sorry I broke pose. I'll go back into it. I think this was it. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's just strange. Yesterday at the Valentine's Day Life Drawing Marathon, there were something like 80 artists in the room. I haven't had that much pressure in a long time. Okay, I'll break this pose though because I don't know if it's the same, so. Anyway, breaking pose in 3, 2, 1, and I'll turn another light on. Okay. Hi, good evening. Hello. I'm using an iPad with Procreate. How did the marathon go? Yeah, so the marathon. Sorry. I gotta find this pose. I want to be reaching, I guess, but maybe that won't work. Okay. I can't find how I want to be, so we'll just go with. Wow, I don't like any of these. Sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna go down. I'm gonna do something here. Okay. This is the pose then. The marathon went well. I hopped in and looked at a couple other models to see what they were up to. And there was cool stuff. There were a lot of duo poses, a lot of couples, some people in costumes. It did seem to get behind on time a little bit, but I think it's because everyone was sharing their stories. I ended up offering to cut one of my poses that I had planned short to try and make up for lost time. But it went well. I did 3 portraits, a 5-minute and then 2 10-minutes, and talked a little bit about why I model and why I love to model, and my love for artists, just like all of you. And so yeah, it was cool. I did not get any payment from any artists, which sucks a little, but you know, I mean, I was still there doing it for exposure and to be a part of it, and there were so many cool models involved. But I don't know if I got really any benefit. Oh, Gregory, there's someone at our door.
Oh, okay. You want to put your robe on?
Yeah, sorry, we have to pause real quick. I don't know what's going on right now. Why would there be someone buzzing our door? Okay, I'm sorry, we have to take a pause.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Is it a delivery service? You should check the mailbox. Sorry.
Where are your keys?
In my purse.
Maybe it's Toronto.
That would be crazy. Oh my god, I'll tell you guys about that after. Hold on. Why would they be delivering at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night? Yeah, so there's this really, really well-known brand of sculpting tools. And they are a bitch to order from. Like, it's very well known that they will not give you your order in the first like 2 or 3 months that you ordered it. You can email them. I've threatened them a bunch of times to take the money back. But they still haven't sent it, and it's coming from the UK, and their tools are cheap. I spent like €6, and then I spent like 18 on shipping, and it's still not here. So that's what we're like praying for every single day. I guess this is what happens when you have a in-home draw.
It's just someone asking to park in front of our door for a second.
Oh, did you say yes?
Yeah, I said yes.
Did he speak to you in Spanish or English?
No, he said a bunch of stuff, and I was trying to look for words that I knew,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find any, so he's like, you don't understand, do you? And I'm like, no. And he just said park, and I'm like, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, okay, we can get back to it. Sorry about that. Delivery services do be wilding sometime. Yeah, they do. Okay, I've had to break pose like twice. I haven't completed one pose yet, and it's been 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, so anyway, Toronto, I wish I could say that they're amazing, but they've really been just fucking up with their clientele. Like, they've clearly created such a bad reputation for themselves in terms of a company, but like, not their products. So, anyway, super frustrating. I don't know what to do anymore. Normally, Gregory was told by some of his art friends and professors that if you send them threatening emails, they will respond and hurry up the order. But I've sent 2 threatening emails and still nothing. And this was part of Gregory's Christmas present, so clearly it's like extremely delayed, you know? And that's the hard thing. Now that I'm trying to do more content creation, I'm looking to work with art brands, but it seems like so many art brands similar to Toronto are really antiquated and like haven't really dived into the influencer marketing universe, which is where most marketing money is going now and where it should be going. So on one end, I could be like pioneering these relationships with these brands, but also they're just so hard to get a hold of and probably run by a whole bunch of old people, you know? Yeah, Gregory and I's apartment is street level, and so when we first moved in, we had a huge problem of someone parking in front of our door, and we like could barely enter and exit our house, but they eventually stopped. there's this place I used to model in my college town, and it was literally a life drawing session that was held in the back of a bar because like one of the many things that I have problems with is that life drawing isn't really like celebrated. It's constantly hidden and people don't know about it, and where it exists it's temporary, right? It's like you temporarily transform a bar into a life drawing space or some other space. There's not really dedicated art spaces to study this, which makes me really sad. But anyway, I was modeling in the back room of a bar. They had a dais and lots of great like horses and easels set up. But it was where the bathroom was, and so patrons of the bar would walk, like there was a cover, like we had a sheet, you had to enter the room through the sheet. But you could hear bar patrons just like coming in and out of the room all the time, and it was so horrifying to model in. Because it's like there were so many strangers that were so close to me at any time, and like if they took the wrong turn and didn't go to the bathroom door, like they could have been there. So that's why it's really important to me that not only does life drawing become more normalized, but there's also dedicated spaces where it exists and is meant to be there and it stays there, you know? But anyway, I hearing that doorbell while I was modeling, even with like clothes on, was very alarming. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it was very awkward. Okay. Okay. This is the pose. They say if you can do this, well, not if you can do this, I guess. The way that your shoulders are in position when you do this pose is how they're always supposed to be if you have good posture. But this is hard. This is like yoga for me. I have really bad shoulders though. They're never far back enough. Now I'm in this weird mindset though, because yesterday, since I was doing the marathon, I was totally silent while I was posing. You know, I was doing portraits and it was a more formal drawing setting. And so I've been so used to talking with you all on live stream. And yesterday I went silent, so now I'm back in silent mode. And I don't know what to say. I feel like I shouldn't be saying anything. I think the one thing that I don't like that I did in the posing session yesterday though was I don't think my poses were very varied. I only had one light on and I didn't want to take the time to switch which light on my left or right side was on. So all of my portraits were facing the same direction. And you can only do so much if the intention is a side profile, right? Like I tried to make my upper body look different in some of them, but yeah, I just don't think I offered that much variety. Okay, I'm gonna break pose in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna check in and say, hey. I like back poses because I can't take photos of my own back for reference. I also just found out I can't do that. My arm hurts. Yeah, it's hard. I used to do like a lot of yoga, and so I did that a lot, but now I don't really practice that much yoga anymore. And so okay, this is the pose. So it's a lot harder for me to do too. I like having this wall to balance against. I never really use it, but it's totally an asset. The other thing in the marathon that made me so nervous is the people who went right before me were using their laptop as their webcam instead of their phone. And so the resolution wasn't as high, and all the artists kept complaining, which is valid, but like if you're it's like if you are an actor and the audience is not happy, it makes it harder to perform. So I got really nervous before because I was like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna like me, or something's gonna be bad and off, and I'm not gonna know because it pops up in the chat. It's not like I can hear it, If I'm in a regular life drawing session and I hear the artist complain, whether they're complaining to me or just under their breath or to someone else, I can make the change because I hear it, but I can't, watch the chat. So I got super nervous yesterday, but then it ended up being fine. Oh, I'm actually gonna post the 3 poses that I did, which were taken as screenshots by the moderators of the event. I'm posting them on my Patreon, just for everyone to have. So hopefully you appreciate that. I'm gonna post them immediately after I get done with this session today. I've unfortunately been in a really bad scrolling habit usually, which normally I don't get in those rabbit holes of being stuck on social media, but it's been really bad these last 2 weeks, and so it was my intention to do that earlier today, but I simply did not. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we've got 4 people in here now. Hello, welcome. Do you have any favorite artists? Well, this is probably cheating because it's the most recent one in my mind because my boyfriend and I were just having a really long, like, conversation about it. How do you say his name, Gregory?
Loindecker.
Loindecker.
Loindecker's the best, so you don't have to say it's cheating to name him. Loindecker's one of the best painters of all time.
Yeah, so what's his first name? John, nope.
It's JC.
JC.
Hold on.
JC Loindecker, he's an American painter from late 1900s or mid 1900s.
He died in 60, so.
Okay, he died.
He was like 1880 to 1960.
Well, he was born in 1880. Yeah, I love his paintings. I think they're amazing. Actually, oh my god, if I name all my favorite artists, they're just gonna be my boyfriend's favorite artist, which is probably a cop-out.
It's Joseph Christian Loindecker.
Joseph Christian Loindecker. Yeah, I mean, famous artists, I don't even know if I could name them. I know some of my favorite artists that I follow on my Instagram, but, you know, there's some that I really, really always love their work. But I guess it's not that they're well known. I really like Mike Barrier's work. I like this Japanese guy named Hiro. He's really good. Yeah, on my Instagram I follow all figure artists pretty much because I get inspired by the poses generally. One of my boyfriend's favorite sculptors, his name is Johan Marianne, and I think he's really cool too because he's just got this like really crazy style. So yeah, here, I'm gonna break this down for you. Yesterday, my boyfriend and I were talking about what actually makes art good, and it's being able to show a universe in the drawing or the painting or the sculpture or whatever that is, like just beyond the figure, because sometimes I see something that's so photorealistic and perfect that I'm like, wow, this is a perfect drawing, but it actually doesn't really show anything beyond that. And so we were going through examples of things that were basically perfect examples of the artist's mind and universe and world, and I realized that that is something that I value in modeling and like why I do it, which is I get to see myself represented through hundreds and thousands of different pieces that are examples of that artist's own mind and vision of me. And so the artists that are able to accomplish that in their own art and like let you see their universe where you can tell it's realistic and it's perfect, but it's also could never happen in real life is where the real value is. And so yeah, I'm kind of on this new journey now after that conversation that we had just yesterday of exploring artists and finding ones where, you know, it's very clear that it's something so unique and special to that person and that they were able to render it, you know. So yeah, but I would definitely say Loindecker's my favorite painter, at least. And that's about the best answer I can give you right now. Did I do a good job of explaining that, Gregory?
Yeah.
I clearly want to put my arms up today. I wonder which side this looks better on. Okay, I'm looking right at the camera. Damn, I went to the gym today and yet in all these poses I feel like I'm stretching for the first time, like my body's just being woken up today. Gregory's gonna come down in a few minutes and show you the update on his digital sculpture. He's pretty much, well, he's made quite a lot of progress in his self-portrait, and he's added some color and stuff, so it's really exciting. can hear them up there. I should have an answer to that question. Who's your favorite artist? As a model, I should be able to list off a few. But you know,
oh my God, it's not Gregory Driscoll.
Oh my God, I guess it should be my boyfriend. LOL. But anyway, but that's hard to make that decision. You know, like I only in the last maybe year and a half of my life decided what my favorite movie was, and like I actually have an answer to that question. You know, I hate asking people, what's your favorite movie or food or something, because that's honestly almost impossible to answer. But if you really put some thought into it, you can, you know, create a list that's true forever. And so I am gonna put that at the top of my to-do list. Choose my favorite artists, top 2 or 3, or maybe one of like a bunch of different mediums, you know. Yeah, I'm so bad for that I didn't say my own boyfriend. I'm just...
Damn, baby.
Yeah, break up with me now. Who's your favorite model? David.
David. Myself.
Yeah, yourself for sure.
Then David. And then Sarah.
I hope everyone had a nice Valentine's Day in general, though. It's always when I'm modeling here that I get the most ideas about the videos I want to film right after. But then I do this and then I just want to relax after, and then I just get caught in this cycle of work and then chill and then not do anything for my TikTok. Although I did just have a video go viral yesterday, which was very much needed. Okay, I'm gonna break pose in 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna come look at what you have said. You're welcome for posing. I think I get you. I love hearing about people's thought process leading up to their creation, whether it's visual art or music. Yeah, I agree. What's my favorite movie? I have some video ideas written down for a video art project or so. That's cool. Yeah, I write a lot of my videos down. It's just when I get to filming them is a whole different story. I have my favorite movie is... Sorry, I'm gonna choose this pose. Okay, this is the pose. There's some crazy foreshortening. Oh my God, look at my leg in that. That is distorted as hell because of the camera, but hopefully it's fun to draw. My favorite movie is Whiplash with Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. I also really love, it's kind of, well, okay, I have 3 favorite movies, but Whiplash is number 1. Next one is Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because I think it's fantastic and I love Michael Cera. I'm one of those girls who loves Michael Cera for what, there should be no reason, but I do. And then my other favorite movie is Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson. I normally hate claymation. I can't stand it. It's about the only art form, the only movie that I cannot watch at all. But I love Isle of Dogs. I think it's brilliantly done. I think it's also really ironic that it came out, I don't know, 2 years before the pandemic. And it's just like a movie about a pandemic. And so when I rewatched it over the summer this year, I was like, whoa, it's kind of spooky because we just lived through a pandemic and that was a, dog flu that was infecting people. So yeah, those are my favorite movies. I'm trying to tell myself that I'm a little older now, so Scott Pilgrim shouldn't still be one of my favorite movies, but I just love it too much. I think it's so fun. I have not read the comics though, and I really, really want to read the comics. I've been dying to read them since I learned about the movie, which I think is probably a shame to call myself a Scott Pilgrim fan and then not have read them, but whatever. Gregory and I this week are going to watch Amadeus because we haven't seen it yet. And I mean, it's, as far as I know, it's one of the most classic and amazing movies ever. So I'm excited to see that one. There's a new movie that just came out. It's in French though, about someone who becomes a figure model. And I really want to watch it, but since we live in Barcelona, I don't speak French at all. And I speak Spanish well, but I could only find the movie dubbed or subbed in Spanish. And I don't think I understand Spanish well enough to hear French and read Spanish and then be able to translate it again into English. I just don't think I'm capable of that. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to wait so long for it to be released somewhere so I can find it. But it's called Maria into Life in English. Maria Rêve, something in French. And so I really want to see it. I'm excited, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video reviewing it, I think, because I'm interested to see how the movies depict life modeling versus, the reality of it, because it already shows in the trailer, she models and this man's like, oh, you're so beautiful, and it's like, okay, artists do not hit on their models, and if they are, they shouldn't be, right? So it'll be an interesting thing to talk about. It was funny though, Gregory and I were at a English comedy show last week, and one of the comedians at the beginning was like, who here is in a relationship? And so I told them that Gregory and I met through modeling and him drawing me, and then our first date was us going horseback riding together, and then they were like, what sort of 17th century drama is this? And they used it in a lot of the comedy bits. Pretty much, it was an open mic, so every comedian that came up was using us as kind of a center point for the comedy, so that was really, really funny. It was a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna break this pose in 3, 2, 1. Ugh. Sounds fabulous. Spanish movie I love is called El Esqueleto de la Señora Morales. Skeleton. If you ever get a chance to watch it, I'm gonna take a screenshot right now because I will totally watch it. Also, I need a lot more media to consume in Spanish, because in high school, my favorite TV show was this show called El Internado, La Laguna Negra, so it's like the boarding school, and I loved it. It has, okay, this is the pose, I guess. It has, what's that girl's name? Ana de Armas, who's now become a really big name in Hollywood. That was her her main show. She's Cuban and Spanish, and that was her kind of breakout role. And it's a Spanish drama, and I absolutely loved it. But I haven't found anything in Spanish that I really like since. I watched Narcos, but Narcos is like half in Spanish, you know? And I listen to a lot of Spanish movies, or a lot of Spanish music, but I haven't found Spanish movies or new series that I really like. And I absolutely refuse to dub stuff, so. And I always watch stuff with captions, but I guess I could put Spanish captions on my English stuff that I watch, but yeah, maybe I'll do that. But normally they just have English captions on already. I just really love sitcoms usually. I'm such a sitcoms person. My favorite TV shows are Veep and Broad City. And so, unfortunately, a lot of sitcom humor is usually really localized. And so, watching a Spanish sitcom, I would probably not pick up on a majority of the humor, which is kind of what's been preventing me from trying it, you know? Sorry, I'm just rounding my back for a second. Okay, I'm back. I've been really sick these last few days, and so I was so nervous yesterday at the marathon that I would be sneezing all through my 3 portraits, because I was sneezing every 5 minutes the whole day, I swear. And luckily for 30 minutes, I didn't. So I just got really lucky. I'm breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I always say anyone can be a figure model, and that's true, except if you're sick, then you can't be. But fortunately that's only a temporary thing. But yeah, it's if I'm modeling a lot in person, I do everything to like make sure I maintain my health, especially if I know I have a gig coming up, because it's impossible. It really truly is. If you're sniffling and coughing and holding in an itch. Are you going to celebrate Carnival? I can recommend. Do you listen to Spanish music? Yes, I am. I'm going to Carnival with 3 of my friends in Sitges, which is a little beachy area in Spain, or right outside of Barcelona. I'm going there this Sunday for Carnival, and I'm really excited. I don't know what to expect. I don't really know much about, this is the pose. I don't really know much about Carnival in Rio de Janeiro, and I think this is like a pseudo Carnival. People say that apparently you're supposed to wear costumes, but it's cold in Spain, so I don't know. But I am excited. I'm not normally someone who likes to go out late at night, but I'm taking a bus there, and the bus returns, or I think it leaves Carnival at like 2:45 in the morning, and so I get back to Barcelona around 4 in the morning, and that's like really crazy for me. So yeah, I hope I like it, or else I'm just gonna be stuck there with lots of partying around me and like unable to handle it. Do I listen to Spanish music? Yeah, I listen to a lot of Spanish music. It's honestly one of my biggest genres, probably, if you can count all Spanish music in general a genre. I listen to a lot of like 90s and early 2000s alternative rock in English and in Spanish. But if you ask me what artists I listen to, that is a hard question. On my Spotify, I have about 6,000 songs, and it's not like I have the entire discography of a bunch of artists. It's like I just have one song from 6,000 different people, you know? And so I have a really hard time identifying who I like. But I actually just went over this with one of my Spanish professors, and she was really surprised at some of the super, super niche Spanish artists that I knew of that were really small, and like, it blew her mind, the ones that I had saved in my playlist, because they were like local artists from Burgos or somewhere, you know, like indie groups that people outside of that neighborhood would never know, and I'm just an American who has that music. So that was fun. That was fun to see her surprise. And then I also have a couple Portuguese artists. I love this guy named Devendra Banhart. I don't know where he's from originally. He does some songs in English, some in Spanish, and some in Portuguese, and he's really good. I also when I lived in Madrid a few years ago, I went to a Spanish indie rock music festival, and I picked up a ton of artists that I really like there. I would love to go to another Spanish music festival. That one was called Toma Vistas, and it was in Madrid. But a lot of the ones I see coming up are like pop ones, which would still be fun, but not quite what I'm looking for. I went to the Toma Vistas ones because there were two headliners from the United States and Europe that I had already known their music, and so the rest of the day with all the Spanish local artists was just a bonus, and honestly ended up being better than the headliners themselves. Okay, I'm gonna break pose. Well, actually, Gregory, do you want to come down here and show your sculpture?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hold this pose until he's ready. Because I don't know how long it's been. I've been posing for. What time is it?
7:40.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that's a good pose.
Is it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice use of the prop.
I'm breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. And he's gonna, you can come.
ZBrush is opening.
Oh, okay. ZBrush is still opening. We'll take a quick little pause, and I'll chat with everyone real quick. Oh, there's 2 people in here. Oh, it's 44 right now. In Catalan, it's called carnes dolces. I can't pronounce a Catalan word for the life of me, so I don't know if I said that right, but I appreciate it. Okay, Gregory's here. We don't have, I don't think the sculptors that were on Saturday are in, but.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a head. But I also painted it.
Yeah, Salil painted it perfectly.
Side profile. Front. The eyes are red because of how ZBrush works. So like, the last color I was using is red. So for some reason the eyes are red.
You can put it even closer to the camera, maybe. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to make whole characters because I want to make game characters. So this is a head, and then I also have a body with clothes on it, but that one's, I have much less practice with that, so it's much worse, but that's okay.
I don't know anything about sculpting, but it looks very cool, they say.
Oh, thanks.
I think the two main sculptors that attend the live streams come on Saturdays, because one of them's a student, I know that for sure.
Okay.
So she's probably in class right now. I want to see it. Oh, you gotta bring him away.
He's really small for some reason. And that's the guy with clothes.
I saw a painter use digital sculpting for oil painting reference.
Yeah, that, people are doing that all the time. It's like the perfect reference. It's like painters are now using like sculptors' work for reference. Because you can make like super realistic everything with digital sculpting now. You can make like photorealistic people and cars and everything else with like.
It was for a very specific request. So that makes sense to design it first and then paint it after.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's taking on quite a lot because like I'm going to a fine art academy and one of the teachers there keeps bringing it up how like he wants to use 3D models to make to be his references so that like he can make paintings from the digital sculptures. What was that comment? What are your feelings on AI generated art? I don't have any.
How long did it take?
How long did it take? Oh, well, the head has a few hours into it. I wasn't keeping track. And like, I think my estimates are gonna be lower than what it really is because I'll just like lose myself in the project and like lose track of time. So probably a bunch of hours, I don't know, for the head. Today I worked on the clothes for like 2 hours. Cause I'm mostly like watching someone else do it and then going in and just like testing a few things myself to see if I can replicate it. And then, yeah, I have a ton more practice to do, so.
And then he asked your feelings on AI generated.
Right, I have no feelings, I really don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like you've shared opinions about it before.
What were they? I can't remember. It's a little scary as an artist, obviously. I think everyone here feels the same sort of fear. I feel it too. It's like fear that I won't be needed in the future. But none of us can really say whether the fears are legitimate or not. Like, will we be replaced? We just don't know yet.
Well, I remember you saying that you thought it was a lot more likely for painters to be replaced than like a sculptor, like a 3D sculptor, no?
No, I don't know. I think they're all equal at this point.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, should we model?
Yeah, would you like to model?
Yeah.
Okay, Gregory's gonna hop in and model for these last 10 minutes. You wanna do a solo or you wanna do them together? Solo or together?
I don't know.
How about you do a pose and I'll try and build around you, and if I can't, then you model by yourself. Gregory really enjoyed modeling on Saturday, so now hopefully this will become more regular. Oh, you're doing the gun position,
Yeah.
aren't you? Of course. Okay, you gotta choose one though, eventually.
This is a lance. Oh wait.
Well, let the artist choose.
No, this is my soft suggestion is that this is a lance. It doesn't have to be a lance, but if you don't know what I'm doing right now, I think of it as a lance.
Okay. All right. Hold it. Starting now. 90 seconds. It's a good pose.
Did you say 90 seconds?
Yeah.
90? Have you been doing 90?
Or longer. Yeah. '90's kind of the minimum, because then they can at least sketch it, and then if not, they can pause, and yeah. It's only been 35 seconds.
I guess you could spend the 90 seconds sketching this out, and then if you really like where it's going, then you can use like a screenshot to make a finished work.
Exactly.
But if you don't like it in the 90 seconds, then it's okay, because you just got some gesture practice.
Yeah,
And
although
some sight practice.
I think I do end up doing half the poses for like 4 minutes, because I just start talking, and I just...
Oh, well, this one's pretty hard, so I'm definitely just going the 90.
Okay, well, you still have a bit of time left.
Have I moved?
No, this is the best you've ever posed. I wish I could draw, so then I could force you to pose for me. When I tried to sculpt you that one night, you just kept staring at what I was doing and trying to give me instruction, but it was not gonna happen.
Well, you did keep asking me for help.
Well, I was stressed out. Okay, that's time.
How did people like that pose?
I don't think there were any comments, or else I would have read them to you.
Okay, everyone, now speak. Say how much you liked the pose.
Gregory.
Well, they can say that they hated it.
Okay. Another one?
Mm-hmm. Dang, I'm all out of ideas.
Okay. How about... Oh, Jorge said it was good. I can hop in if you want me to. Joel said he sketched it. Ooh, that's a good one. Can you move backwards a little bit so I can get your hand? Yeah, and a little more towards the skull. Okay, that's as close as it's gonna
Our
get.
orientation is based on the sculptures up here.
Yeah.
More towards the skull, please. Okay, now towards the Sarah.
Okay, this is great. Can you hold it?
I think so. We'll try.
Wow, I think I might do this pose after you. I really like it. After this, do you want to film those portrait references together while you have your modeling shorts on?
Sure.
Yes. I love this pose.
What's good about it?
There's this, I can see the entire beautiful curvature of your spine, which is really nice because it's like a twist in your back, but also the whole S shape of your spine, leading to your little back dimples, which are very pretty. And if I was an artist, I would love to capture them. And then your neck is sloped down because you're looking down a little bit, which is nice, but then your arms they're just so open and inviting, and they'd be a great line to sketch, I'm sure. And it just opens this pose up, and it like the pose, if you look at like the trunk of your body, looks like it's so reserved, but then your arms come out in this really beautiful form. And
What time are we at?
yeah, I think it's really nice. I guess it's time if you feel done. I haven't paid as close attention this
I'll
time.
go a little bit more.
Oh, sorry. I just put. Wow, I'm so dumb. I put my hand in front of the camera because I didn't even think about it, I guess.
Okay. I'm breaking.
Okay.
In 3. Two.
You're counting like a real life model now. Good job.
What?
They said nice one. Should I do? Okay. Can you hold that?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm counting.
This is the right way to hold a rifle, by the way,
Oh yeah?
and shoot it. Yeah.
That's a cool picture on the.
It's been 30.
Not yet. Another 10 seconds.
That heater's killing me.
Sorry. You can ask me to move it, but you're done now. You're done. You're done. You're done. Okay, I'm gonna copy Gregory's pose and do the feminine version of that one he just did. Can I have this? Not the rifle one.
The feminine version of this.
Yeah, those heaters can either be a real lifesaver or a real killer. Wait, don't take your modeling shorts off because we're gonna film. Is this close?
I don't know. I never saw myself.
I know, but is it good then?
It's good, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is it at 60 minutes on the thing yet? Can you check, please, Courtney?
59:20.
Okay. Okay, I'm breaking pose in 3, 2, 1. Okay. That's it for tonight. Sorry there were a couple interruptions. But thanks for coming. I very much appreciate it, as always. I don't think I'll be on this Friday because I have a friend coming to town. And she'll be here for a week, so we'll see if I'll pose other nights when she's here or not. But for her first night, I figure I won't. Saturday I might, and then we'll see about the other days. So thanks for coming. Thanks for talking. Oh, time feels so slow when you're working out or modeling or posing. Yeah, thank you. It was fantastic. You are welcome, and I will see you. Send me any art you made, and yeah, bye-bye.